Well, hello everybody. Today's Monday, and not usually, the last 2 weeks, I've put up a video on Mondays, sort of a Motivational Monday thing. And this morning, I just didn't get it up there in time. In fact, I'm actually on the way home from work now, and I'm just now making this video. Today was my first day back to work from spring break. And it was kind of a crazy morning. Boy, I was not ready to get up this morning, so I had just a slow start, and it was a good day. The kids were all glad to be back. I had a couple that just kept hugging me. We're really not supposed to be hugging right now, but they kept running over to me, and they were glad to see me, so that really made me feel good, and that was motivating in itself. But really, my biggest struggle with motivation doesn't always come at the beginning of the day. A lot of times I have a hard time getting motivated once I leave work and I'm home and everything kind of slows down, but I still have plenty of stuff to do at the house. But it's like I've been at work all day and I'm tired and I'm kind of ready to decompress. And so it's kind of hard to get myself motivated to throw together something for dinner, or, the house cleaning that I do need to do, playing with Josie, spending time with my husband. It's like, when I leave work and I get home, sometimes I come in and it is hard for me to get motivated to do anything. Other than I kind of want to sit in the recliner and just stare off into space. And so that is kind of my struggle for motivation right now, is not really getting motivated for the beginning of the day, but getting motivated for once I get home, all the stuff I have to do when I get home. So I read a little article about motivation. And they had done some research, on different things that motivated people and what kept people from being motivated. And one of the things that they found was that really, and this is no big surprise to any of us really, but the hardest part of doing anything is just getting started. And I started thinking about, that really is true. And it applies to if you're losing weight, if you are trying to budget, if you're trying to do like grading papers, if you're a teacher like me and you have papers to grade, or doesn't really matter if it's just papers to grade or any kind of paperwork. Sometimes getting just that first step is the hardest part. And this article was talking about that once you get started, that it starts to get easier and easier. And so you need less and less motivation once you get going. So, that's kind of my struggle, is once I walk in that door tonight, not kind of, in my mind, it's like a mental switch gets turned off. Like, okay, I'm turned off now. And yeah, I'm turned off for, the job I have to do all during the day, but there's still different responsibilities that I have at the house. And so I've got to get better at doing that, getting started of whatever a responsibility is that I have at the house. And there's lots of different ones. So maybe I will just try to motivate myself to do a couple of things that I know have to be done. Yes, I've got to come up with something for dinner. And I really don't want to get back into that habit that I was in for a long time of swinging through and picking up food. A, that's really expensive. And B, it was one of the ways I gained a bunch of weight. So I don't want to go back down that road again. I'm not saying it's never something I'll do. It's good to do that from time to time, but just not to the level I was doing it. So, yeah, I've got to motivate myself to throw together something for dinner. So the step one for that is to be thinking as I'm driving home, what are some things I have that I could throw together kind of quickly, because tonight I'm pretty tired. I don't want anything where I'm going to stand there and cook a long time. So I'm going to think about what I'm going to do so that once I walk in the house, I'm not still having to do that part. And then I definitely want to get better at motivating myself to not just kind of eat and then fall asleep, because that's kind of become a habit. Eat and kind of fall asleep in front of the TV a lot of times. And so, my husband and I, this is really should be our time that, we don't have little kids living at the house anymore or anything. Our kids are grown. And so it should be our time to spend some time together as a couple. And so I need to get myself motivated that, no, maybe we can't spend, 5 hours, doing something together, but just something where we spend a little time together. So that is kind of my motivational thought for today, is this whole idea of doing the first step so that you then things start to get a little easier. So tonight, before I get home, I'm going to think, okay, what am I going to throw together for dinner? And then I'm going to try to, have some kind of a little conversation with my husband, and maybe that will move into me not just falling asleep in front of the TV. Maybe we'll kind of get into a little conversation or something and spend a little time together. So that is my motivational thought for this Monday. And I would like to hear from you guys. What are some things that you struggle to get motivated to do, number one? And number two, what are some things that you do that help you overcome that struggle? So leave those down in the comments for me. I'd love to see some ideas and see if we kind of all struggle with some of the same things. And hey, two heads are better than one, and lots of us are certainly better than just me, coming up with things. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Leave me some comments, and I hope you have a good evening, and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.